Hello everyone, welcome to Kingdom of Gamidra Week 1 Dreepy Division, whatever else I have to say on this intro. This week we are up against the Sootopolis Psyducks, or the KoG Ducky. This matchup is kind of interesting for us, as we have a lot of answers for his Pokemon. As you can see, he has a Mega Aerodactyl, which in this game gets Brave Bird, gets U-Turn, so it's a bigger threat. Zoroark Hisui with a Life Orb boost, same as our Zoroark. SEVII, which can hold an item in this game, so like you can run Choice Specs, Choice Band, it's a lot more versatile. Hydrapple, Emboar gets Raging Bull, which gives it a Scarf boost and a Expert Belt, kind of like a 1.2 multiplier to damage the first turns in battle. So that's very scary because my team is kind of weak to fire. A little bit, again, I have Lapras, but you get my point. Tentacruel is a good answer to Lapras because they kind of walls me. Like Freeze Strike hits it, sure, but it does like 40%, I think. It's a pretty tanky Pokemon. Jolteon is a fraud. Crocodile, kind of a fraud as well. Klefki, kind of annoying, prankster, screens, yada yada yada. And Delibird the GOAT. If it comes, mad respect. I don't think it will though. Anyway. So I think this matchup is kind of good for us. We see Aerodactyl. This is a scary Pokemon in theory because 150 speed, but we have the best answer to it in the game with Cardiamine SEVII, which happens to be our first set for this week. We're bringing Covert Cloak in case he decides that the way he wants to deal with it is with Smackdown Earthquake. We have Covert Cloak to block Smackdown, and our 4 other moves are Synthesis, Snap Trap, Leech Seed, and Barb Barrage. Synthesis and Snap Trap, I don't know why I single out. Synthesis is for healing, Leech Seed is for chipping like the bulkier ones like Klefki or something like that, although I probably will just be clicking Snap Trap. Power Barrage for damaging things like, I don't know, I just kind of put 4 moves on this guy, but basically we're only clicking Snap Trap, maybe Synthesis to heal up. Basically max defense on EVs. This is just 1v1 Mega Aerodactyl because it basically will always beat at 1v1, even if it carries like Fire Fang. It just doesn't do enough. It doesn't do a lot. We're immune to Earthquake, we resist flying. So that's pretty good for us. Next set we have Milotic SEVII. Milotic SEVII is Flame Orb with Marvel Scale this time around, Moonblast, Flip Turn, Earth Power, and Shore Up. Since Emboar is really scary, I'm really scared of this Pokemon. So we bring like almost max HP, a lot of defense investment with the Marvel Scale ability, of course, to try to take it on. Because Raging Bull, Flare Blitz is really free into my team, and if he doesn't click Flare Blitz into Lapras, he can click Close Combat, which is really scary. I think it gets Headlong Rush as well, I could be wrong. So yeah, scary Pokemon and like just in general. So we have Milotic here. Milotic is also good for Mega Aerodactyl. I think we can live a hit. It can take hits from Crocodile really well. It can take on Zoroark because it's just naturally really Sped F. I don't think it can beat 1v1 Hydrapple, but it can chip it a lot. We can get a drop with Moonblast, we can Flip Turn out, etc, etc. It's good for Tentacruel, good for Jolteon. Overall, just Milotic SEVII is really good here, so of course we're bringing it. It's our round 1 pick after all, of course, gotta honor that. But yeah, super solid glue piece this week, and that's it for Milotic SEVII. For a third set this week, we have Cinderace. Cinderace with a Heavy Duty Boots, Pyro Ball, Sun Headbutt, Sucker Punch, and U-Turn. This set is really good because it hits basically his entire team. Sucker Punch is for Mega Aerodactyl. Zen Headbutt is for Emboar and Tentacruel. I already said that. U-Turn is for Hydrapple and General Momentum, and Pyro Ball is for basically everything else. There's some Silvally types that I would like to have extra moves for, like if it's Fairy, I'd like to have Gunk Shot. If it's Water, I can't really do anything about that. If it's like Dark, Steel, I would love to. You get my point. Stumbling over my words, Jesus Christ. Almost max attack, just to hit things super hard. Sped Crypt, I think Zoroark. Not much else to say. It's just a general set. Libero, of course, to take advantage of its broken variant in Radical Red. But yeah, Cindy's just kind of like the last Pokemon I built. I just moved it around so it looked prettier. But you get the point. Next on this list is Mega Lapras. So Mega Lapras this week, of course, the absolute GOAT. Boomburst, Wish, Protect, and Draco Meteor. So Boomburst is like insanely free into his team. His only answer to it is Hydrapple and Tentacruel, which technically both get hit by Freeze Dry. But Draco Meteor is technically better for like Tentacruel because it just does more damage than Freeze Dry. Because Freeze Dry is I think like 75 power, 70 power, something like that. So that like times 2 is 140 or 160 max, I think. I don't think it's higher than 80 base power. And Draco Meteor is 120 times Stab, which is 1.5, would be 180 damage. So a Draco does more damage. And kind of same thing goes for Hydrapple, I think. 70 times 4 is 280, and then 160 times 2 is 320. So we do more damage with Draco Meteor, so there's no point in having Freeze Dry. Wish Protect to just keep ourselves healthy. We've got some bulk investment with like 96 defense, max HP. Wish Passing also helps like some of our other mons I haven't mentioned. Milotic, it helps Carnivine. So overall just good here. It'll help break some of the stuff like Emboar is a really nice switching for Emboar. It helps with Mega Arrow. I think we can take a hit, I believe. If it's not a +1, we can live a Brave Bird. Yeah, overall just a solid mon. Really happy to, again, use it because as I've told you guys before, it's my favorite draft mon. So I'll get to show it off here a little bit. For our 5th Pokemon, Substrika SEVII, the GOAT. Substrika SEVII is really good here as well. As you know, this stab combination is really broken because we literally hit everything at least neutrally. Ice Shard, we got Never Melt Ice with Blizzard, Thunder, Volt Switch, and Ice Shard. Never Melt Ice Blizzard hits really hard. Thunder is really good, just hits things, paralyzes things, overall nice. Volt Switch for momentum. And Ice Shard is there for Mega Arrow. If it gets like, I think 20% is where it starts killing. We can Ice Shard it, super fine, and we don't have to worry about it anymore. And with our amount of priority, like Sucker Punch on Cindy, one more I haven't mentioned, and Ice Shard on Zebra, we should always be living, we should always survive a Mega Arrow Catastrophe, which we have Carnivine for anyway, so we don't have to worry about it. But yeah, that's Substrika for you guys. And last set for this week, we have Rillaboom with a Life Orb, Grassy Glide, you can turn knockoff and high horsepower. This is again just to general priority. If it's like Scarf, Moxie, Crocodile, we can revenge it with this. Grassy Glide is good for Zoroark, it's good for Mega Arrow. U-Turn is good for Hydrapple. Knockoff is just generally good, you know, removing an item is super valuable, so having that is a great option. And high horsepower is for Emboar, and besides that, that's Rillaboom's whole thing. It's just chipping things, revenging things with Grassy Glide. Life Orb, since we have Grassy Surge, we only take like 5% per use, so it's super valuable. And yeah, that's our sets for this week. So like I mentioned, I think it's a pretty good matchup. Really happy with the sets we have. I think we have answers to pretty much anything he could try. Emboar's really scary, but I think we should be fine. We shall see. Yeah, I'll catch you guys on the replay of the match for the post-commentary. Alrighty, we're back, and we see he has brought Mega Arrow, Crocodile, Silvally, Zoroark, Klefki, and Hydrapple. So no Emboar, which is insanely crazy to me, because that was like by far his best Pokemon to me, in my opinion. We see the Crocodile, of course, we see Mega Arrow, which also surprised me. I thought this Pokemon wouldn't come into Carnivine, but you know, fair enough. It's your round one pick, of course, I respect that. Zoroark is kind of scary, of course, as I mentioned. Hydrapple. So we got there's a few things here. If I remember correctly, I led Lapras. We're gonna see here. I click play. Yeah, we see lead Lapras into Crocodile. So in this position, I'm gonna pause it here. Lapras into Crocodile. Boomburst is kind of free here. After we Mega, we always kill. Worst thing he can do is like Wicked Blow, which does like to 480, I think. So Not great, but we kill it, so, you know, we just wish it back up later. So this is a really good thing for us. I believe, yeah, we do just click Boom Burst, right? Oh, he clicks Earthquake, does 34. We Boom Burst it, drops it down to Sash, so this was a Sash lead. He didn't get any hazards up or anything. I tried to go for Protect to Scout, which was a terrible play. I clicks Protect again on the incoming Hydrapple, Fickle Beam. Jesus, this is going way too fast. Let me pause it. Okay, so yeah, Hydrapple came in, Fickle Beam, I protected. Switched back out, going to Cardivine, because after I protect on Lapras, I suspect, you know, it's very predictable that I would go with a Fairy type in case he's choice locked. So Cardivine is just safe anyway, because it resists both Giga Drain and it resists both Fickle Beam, and Earth Power is immune. You get my point. So Cardivine comes in for free. Takes 8% from Giga Drain, which is pretty good. Klefki comes in here. We see a Snap Trap come out. Does like 27 plus damage is like 40%, which is pretty good. Not really expecting like a Thunder Wave maybe to try to mess with Carnivine. I switch to Substrika as it gets Reflect up. So it's a Screens variant, so I'm not super worried about it. We see Light Screen come out as we miss a Thunder, which is... Thank you, Eliminate, for being such a great ability. We use Blizzard, do 18%, but we get a Freeze, which in this game is Frostbite, so it just has special attack damage, which is really good for us in this situation, and does chip damage over time. So he switches out the Klefki into Silvally Fairy, as it takes like 27 from Thunder. We Volt Switch out. We go Cinderace and take 14 from Flamethrower. In here, I expect them to switch because Gunk Shot is really common in Cinderace, and of course you don't want him to die. So I stay in and Pyro Ball. Does 29, which he stayed in for, which I find kind of crazy, and read that I would go for Pyro Ball, so we went for Surf. Does a big damage, so I want to switch out. We go for U-Turn into Milotic SEVII. As he goes for a multi-attack, does like 46, which is a lot, but this will get halved basically next turn with Burn. Goes for Surf, just 29. We short up. Gets us back to 75 health. He restores with lefties. I take burn damage. Goes for a Parting Shot as I go for another short up, getting me back to full. Minus burn damage, of course. Hydrapple comes in here, so let me explain this play. I Moonblasted, as you saw, mainly because I suspected this might be Zoroark. I suspected he would try to read my switch into Carnivine and try to go for a Flamethrower, try to remove it from the game. So if Moonblasted it, turns out it is Hydrapple. Giga Drain comes in here, does 40%. I'm like, okay, if it's doing that much, can I try to heal it off? So I go for Shore Up, goes for Giga Drain, does even more this time. So I'm like, okay, I can't 1v1 this, and I just gave it all its health back. So I Flip Turn out. You know, it's not really worth it to stay in here. Go to Carnivine as planned originally. Take 9% from a quad resistant move, which is crazy. Crocodile comes in here on the Snap Trap as it gets an Intimidate off. Dropping Crocodile, leaving us at 6 versus 5. This Klefki, it is Zoroark, so I just switched to Lapras. I don't remember if I knew, I just predicted it, but I think Lapras was just my self-switch there. Yeah, it wasn't frozen. Jesus, this is going way too fast. Okay, let me pause it. Zoroark's U-turns into Klefki, the actual Klefki this time as I go for a Wish, because I'm getting kind of low on health and I don't want to die. As you can see, my opponent didn't know this. It got Wish, which, yeah, fair enough. It goes for a Thunder Wave, gets a Paralysis, which is unfortunate. I go for another Wish, which I really didn't need to. I could have just killed this thing and prevented it from getting a second screen up. But, you know, Brain. Gets a Reflect and Light Screen up before dying, which is kind of bad for me, but I think we're fine. Hydrapple comes in here. I try to take it on a little bit, try to scout out if it is Zoroark. It wasn't. So we take a Fickle Beam, go to Milotic, immune the Fickle Beam, and now we're back to full thanks to Wish. We Moonblasted, drop its special attack, thankfully. Crits us back with Giga Drain, which is unfortunate because then the drop doesn't do anything. I stay in and Shore Up because after a Shore Up, we do live, like we take a lot less from Giga Drain as he goes Mega Arrow. In here we go Lapras because I kind of intend to sacrifice this Pokemon as he goes from Aqua Tail, which is surprising. It does nothing. I Protect, which is a terrible play, and in here I should have Boom Bursted because I was planning to sack Lapras anyway, and Boom Burst would have probably killed Mega Arrow. But he goes for a Dragon Dance on my Protect, which is really bad for me, but nothing terrible. Dual Wing Beat is revealed over Brave Bird, which is a little interesting because, you know, Brave Bird is just better. Fair enough, you know, if you don't want to take the recoil, I respect that. But yeah, kind of interesting there. Carnivine comes in here as expected. We get crit, but we live. We go for Snap Trap, of course. Takes Chip. I should have Protect on this, but I don't. So we go down with Arrow and 6%, but Substriker can come in here and Ice Shard for free. So we're fine. 4 to 3, we're having advantage. The SEVII comes out, but we just kill it with Blizzard because Calx said we do, so we're fine. I Blizzard this because I thought Zoroark would die, because of course it, like, I kind of just expected it to kill because it's a Zoroark, but no, it lives. So it goes for Flamethrower, taking out Strike-On. Unfortunate, but you know, we have to give up a little bit more of differential. We go for a Glide to take out the Zoroark. And in here we recover, we just took 3% from that Life Orb, which is great. We U-turn to do 47 to Hydro Apple. As we go Milotic, who takes nothing from Pollen Puff. In this position, I can just stay in and Moonblast because I don't think I die to... He has to one-shot me basically because I heal back from Grassy Terrain anyway. So I would have been like, I think at like 5% if I didn't get that special attack drop, but anyway. We go for a second Moonblast and yeah, that earns us the victory. Sorry, this is kind of fast-paced. Now I'll know for next week to like slow it down a little bit because Jesus, that replay is fast. But yeah, that earns us a win, 3-0. Lapras helped a lot. Carnivine stopped Mega Arrow like it was supposed to. Milotic just kind of helped throughout the game. Cinderace proved to not do anything basically. Substrika also got a bunch of kills, which is nice. And Rillaboom kind of helped finish things off there. So they all did a little bit at least, which is kind of cool. Yeah, that's for this week, I guess. Nothing too crazy. Next week, we'll see when next week happens. I haven't played that game yet. Haven't even looked at the match. Actually, no, I have. It's against the Archaludon Landros team. But yeah, I'll catch you guys next week, I guess. Thank you for watching. Bye!